Hey, how's it going? Have another build video for you today. As you can see, I'm on the Warlock again. One of the comments I saw last time was that I yapped too much, so I'll try and keep it a little shorter this time. Let me know what you think. If you want me to spend more time explaining or less time, I want to know these things. Thank you again for those comments and for that kind of feedback. I really am looking for that kind of stuff, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So for this build, I really wanted to use Edge of Concurrence. I've really been getting into builds, of course, because of the artifact perks that I'll go over later. But the exotic of choice that I went for the piece, I went with Karnstein Armlets, which when you get melee and finisher final blows, it instantly grants you cure and restoration for a short time, which is restoration times 2, which is really strong. For the subclass of choice, I went with Arc. Arc is insanely strong right now, especially Warlock. For the super, I went with Chaos Reach, just for some extra damage. I went with Healing Rift, Ball of Lightning. We're going to be using our Glaive, so the melee doesn't really matter. You can use whichever one you want. I went with Pulse Grenade because Pulse Grenade is really strong. For aspects, I went with Ionic Sentry. Ionic Sentry is really strong. Electrostatic Mind, it'll give you a lot of ionic traces for your abilities, so I went with that one. For fragments, I went with Spark of Shock. Your arc grenades jolt targets. I went with Spark Resistance for some extra damage resistance, Spark of Ions for some more ionic traces, and Spark of Beacons for some extra blinding effects. For the weapons, I have Breach Light, mostly for anti-barrier, but you can use whatever weapon you want. I have Edge of Concurrence, of course, the center of this build. I love this glaive, I think it's really strong. And Line in the Sand just for some extra damage as well. For the artifact perks, the main ones is Hold the Line, Driftful Finisher, No Bell, Gold from Lead, and Defibrillating Blast. And of course, I also have Flashover, De-Electric, and Overclock and Load. For the armor mods, for the helmet, I have Ashes to Assets, Arc Siphon, Special Ammo Finder, I have Firepower, Bolstering Detonation, Arc Loader, whatever damage resistance you need. I have Stacks on Stacks, Innervation, Arc Scavenger, and lastly I have Reaper, Powerful Attraction, and Special Finisher. Just another way to get some special ammo if you really need it. But you're going to be having Driftful Finisher, so one thing I never struggled with is having ammo for this build. So the loop is extremely simple. I mean, basically, it's a very aggressive build. You're just trying to get as many melee kills as you can, because as many melee kills as you get with Edge of Concurrence will give you cure and ×2 restoration. And if you continually get melee kills, the restoration, the timer, goes up and up and up. It stacks, which is really nice. And of course, just spam your abilities, your Ionic Sentry, your Pulse Grenade, and your Super whenever you deem necessary. But that's pretty much the build, so let's just jump straight into the gameplay, show it off a little bit. And we're in. So one thing about this build that you have to know immediately is that this is of course, a very aggressive build. So of course you have to play it extremely safe. But though aggressive, it is a lot of fun, I will say. Wow. That was something. And the reason why I chose Arc is because Arc is just insanely strong right now. You have Bolt Charge, which is honestly the best thing. And of course, since this is a Arc melee weapon, I really wanted to take advantage of the aspects where it blinds. Just another nice way of survivability, And of course, as you can see, since I got that finisher, it gave me some special ammo. Pump its barrier soon. Very nice, very nice. Ah, I missed. That is alright. Because you can actually get these really quickly. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go up here and kill these. Or I think I have to pick it up first. Ah, pick it up. There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Trying to lock in there for a second. Cool. Another thing I want to show you is when you are out of ammo, what's really nice is melee hits will obviously give you charged edge. And when you use it, it reloads your weapon and it gives you shot. You know, just another little plus of the glaive. Cool. Got my restoration. Keep that up. And something I like about using Ionic Sentry is that since it blinds, it's another way you can get a little aggressive safely. That's another reason why I really like using that artifact. Should kill the Curse Thrall, because they really will just sneak up on you if you aren't careful. Make sure I have this reloaded so I can stun this. Oh, see, there's one. I knew it. There's always one, dude. Wow, that gave me a lot of special. I am not complaining. I mean, with the artifact perks and of course the armor mods, you know, you'll never run out of ammo. You'll always have it. I mean, one thing if you really wanted to, one thing you could change out is the special finder to a heavy finder. The special finder might not be too necessary now that I think about it. So if that's something you would like to change, you know, go ahead and do that. I think the armor mods are a little iffy. I probably could have spent a little more time, you know, on the armor mods, but I just like being able to use my glaive. Oh, last one. I'm actually going to go ahead and back up here, because this bridge can get really dangerous if you aren't careful. Get some restoration going. I'm going to stun this ogre so I can kill this knight. Or I'll just kill him. That works too. I need to save the shot till he can stun again. There we go. I mean, you can really see how much damage you tank. Like, now I have restoration times 2, and I can just block away and, you know, heal as much as I need to. Oh, crap. definitely don't want to die to these snipers. They will one-shot you if you aren't careful. Well, I'm gonna back up down here. Nice. I know this spot on the bridge can also be a little scary. There's some wizards up there. One thing I kind of wish I had was a machine gun, but I think a linear works just fine too. So that's pretty much the build. I know it wasn't too much gameplay, but I don't have all the time in the world, unfortunately, or else I would probably try again and try to show you a little more, but I think that was decent enough to kind of show you how strong it can be. Of course, the whole point is just to get glaive kills, and then when you do, it'll give you cure and restoration times 2. I mean, I don't really need to explain how well the survivability is. I think the one thing it does lack a lot is kind of in damage. I think survivability is insanely strong, and you're obviously able to get a lot of kills with Edge of Concurrence. It's really strong. It has intrinsically jolting feedback, so it's really good for ad clear. And of course you have Lightning Seeker, which actually does a lot of damage, and it has a lot of ad clear as well because it does jolt. So there's lots of ways to jolt, and because there's lots of ways to jolt, you're going to be creating ionic traces with of course this fragment and your aspect. But like I said, that's pretty much it. I think this build is a lot of fun. You know, I don't think glaives are the strongest thing in the game, but they're definitely a lot of fun. So I think you should definitely, you know, try it out, give it a shot. I think you could definitely do a lot better than me. But I appreciate you guys for watching, and thanks again for all the feedback on a couple of my last videos. But thanks again. I'll see you next time.